Okay, hello.
Hi.
Could you introduce yourself and let us know what you've got in the show, please?
I'm Nicole Morris, and in the show I have a video that sits on top of a viewing platform, and the video is called I Am Here. It's on a monitor, and it's of a woman doing a series of like a performance of actions or exercises.
And from where are the exercises derived? Are these exercises that you've invented?
Yeah.
Do they reference a series of dance moves? What's there?
Yeah, they were kind of initially orchestrated as a series of signals, so kind of beacons. So at points it was kind of about visibility, so how someone can be seen. So I gave the performer these, and then it's kind of let her see how she moves with the objects within the work as well, and how she kind of took that on.
And I understand she's a fairly elderly lady, your performer. And tell us about that decision.
Yeah, I kind of had a group of different women come to to work with, and I think I ended up selecting her in the way that I do with other videos. It's kind of, I like to think of the performer in the same way I would a sculpture or something. So kind of consider the kind of the tone or the texture that that person, but as well in this work specifically was to do with the rhythm, and hers was quite slow, but like a slow beat. So I was thinking of that kind of pulsating. Yeah, and it was quite heavy as well. So kind of thinking of the weight or the if that makes sense.
Yeah, and there's a very striking colour scheme in the work. There's sort of very intense, almost kind of Yves Klein, not quite blue.
Yeah, sure.
And then there's gold, this very rich gold. Can you tell us a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, I think in terms of the colour, I was interested in the way colour can make something appear or disappear. So that tone of that blue is slightly off from the kind of blue screen blue. Yeah, so I was interested in that kind of reference and the idea that that could potentially disappear as a wall if it were blue screen. And then the leggings as a kind of complementary colour to that. And I think with complementary colours, complementary colours make things stand out, whereas oppositional colours you can fade into. Or there was a sign of colour idea, but the gold kind of acted as a kind of more object-based, because it had, it's like the fabric felt like a gloss or a varnish or something. Yeah.
And can you tell us a little bit about your training, about where you went to art college?
I did a BA a while ago at Camberwell, and then I did more recently I graduated in 2011 from the Slade. Yeah, from the MA in sculpture there.
And what kind of a difference has it made to you being in New Contemporaries?
It's great to work with the selectors who have already been quite important in my practice or whatever. But I think it's quite interesting to consider your work for a show that isn't site specific and tours or travels. So
isn't thematic as well.
Yeah, and it has the kind of, it's interesting how it's curated or not, so it's interesting to see how the work can become an autonomous object, because I think often in my work I'm interested in creating environments, and I'm quite specific about how I like the viewer to navigate around a space that I've kind of orchestrated. To take that quite big chunk away from it was quite an interesting procedure.
Great, well thank you very much, Nicole.
Okay, thanks,
Cheers.